welcome to the Healing Hour. And we're with you for the next hour. And Sylvia, if you could turn your camera off, that would be great. So we are here to answer all your questions on dowsing, energy healing, and what's up on planet Earth, and what's up in your moon sign and in your astrological sign. So it's toll free, phone in anywhere in North America, 1-866-369-7464, and get your questions answered. So we're here. Yes, I think we're here. Yeah, we are here. And I'm Tyhson Banighen. I'm a bit of a, I don't know, wizard, telepathic, something or other. And my co-host is Kory Varlen, who is really a renowned astrologer. So if you want to know what's up in your chart or what's up with your moon, those real powerful days in your moon, then she's a gal to talk to. And in the meantime, lots happening on planet Earth. And so we're going to get a sort of a planetary weather forecast from the one and only Kory. Welcome to the show, Kory, yet again.
Hey, thank you, Tyhson. Wow, that was quite the intro.
It is really quite, and we're all around the mulberry bush and back again.
Yeah. So first of all, it's just wonderful to be with you guys again and to be sharing what I do. As you know, I love what I do. I've been an astrologer actually since I was, I'd say 11 years old, because I met my first teacher when I was 11, who taught me all about crystals and numerology and God, you name it. This guy just walked into my life and opened up my past life abilities. I had my first radio show when I was 16. I belonged to a teen town association back in the days. That's how old I am. And so I used to do radio shows for my teen town in the Okanagan. And as you know, I now live in Edmonton, but I have a sweet spot for the Okanagan. So, okay, so here's what's up for today. The moon has now moved into Pisces. And that's really good news for anybody who is a Piscean, or who has a moon in Pisces, or who has a Pisces ascendant. And Pisces gets a really bad rap, like Scorpio. People just have some really strange notions about Pisces. But I can tell you, and you can experience this for yourself. That's why I love astrology. Like, you don't have to believe in any of this stuff. It's like electricity. You just flick the switch and you've got power. And so today, when the moon's in Pisces, what we're going to find is just a real wonderful burst of self-confidence for everybody. Pisces is just a treasure of talent. It's got everything going for it. It's just got everything. And that's why it's traditionally the sign that is associated with, some of the more difficult aspects of being a human being, right?
So is this a powerhouse day? Is that what you're saying, or what?
Well, I'm just saying it's just an amazing day.
It is an amazing day.
When the moon is in Pisces, it gives people the opportunity to really connect in ways that they're not maybe familiar with. So it's a great day to dig deep, find some confidence. And even if you've never done something like this before, and you need to do something that you've never done before, do it today and tomorrow, because the cosmic algorithm is definitely firing you up and giving you confidence. And that's one of the beautiful things about the moon in Pisces. So if you are a Pisces and you have your moon in Pisces, I have many, many clients with Pisces. And in fact, let me just stop here for a minute, Tyhson. You don't even have to have the moon in Pisces or be a Piscean. If you have planets in Pisces, so a lot of Aquarians and a lot of Aries people will have planets in Pisces. So you guys are really hot today and tomorrow. So get on fire, have faith, let out your flamboyance, because in these next 2 days, today, tomorrow, the 26th, the 27th, something that, again, people would never associate, right, with the moon in Pisces. They would never associate these concepts with the moon in Pisces. And from my decade-long experience with the moon in Pisces, it's a time to get fired up.
Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty fired up. And I don't have any Pisces anywhere, I don't think, but I'm pretty fired up.
And what people might notice yesterday, I loved the yesterday energy. The yesterday energy. Sound like the Beatles. yesterday.
All my troubles were so far away.
Exactly. And yesterday there was this noted element of relief that just flooded the planet. And so a lot of people are literally, since yesterday, experiencing a lot of relief. It's like, they finally decided to get their plan into play. And that's going to kind of carry over into today, giving you even more energy, more confidence, more enthusiasm, and more imagination.
Wow. Yeah, yesterday was a pretty magical day for Michael and I and Darlene. We went to a forest, which is a restoration forest, and met a gentleman who teaches, has clients from all over the world to come learn about forest stewardship, and he's willing to host the 12-Run-1 Gathering of the Eagles in the second week of September. And wow, it was just like one thing after another, like the synchronicity and serendipity of the day was just full of magic.
Oh, I hear you. And again, the when you have my cards, you'll see this. Like yesterday, for the card of the cosmic algorithm, the concept is all about relief. And so, just even knowing that subconsciously, you go into the day and you go like, where can I find relief? And yeah, so just whatever you guys put into play yesterday, it's like you're giving relief either to yourself or the planet.
Yeah, well, it is both for a relief for us and the planet.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, this is sort of bribery because we haven't talked about this, but that cosmic algorithm, I'm just wondering why you can't bear that card on the show each Monday.
Well, I could definitely show that card. But basically what I want to encourage people to do is to go to my website and actually, buy the decks. And I'm very happy to tell people what the cosmic algorithm is. And every Friday I do a 3-minute video on Instagram where you can see the card and you can hear me go on my little story about the energy. So that's free to the public.
And then you can show up every Monday for this show and get the Monday. So now you get the end of the week and the beginning of the week.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let me think about it. Maybe for the end of the show, I'll flash the card.
All right, then. You're being secretive. All right. So the lines are open for those that are brave enough or curious enough or inquisitive enough to phone in and find out what's happening for you astrologically. And also you may want to know, have some questions about dowsing, energy healing, or you may be just feeling stuck with the energy and needing some relief. We can help you, break you loose from whatever you're in the midst of going through, get you from where you are to where you want to be in the shortest amount of time. So that's why we're here. I mean, we love talking to each other and we could babble for the full hour, but his show is your show. So phone in toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. The number's at the bottom of the screen. And I know Sylvia popped on here in the beginning, so she may have a question. Sylvia, if you just want to type into the chat that you're ready and willing to ask a question, and we'll bring you on. So it's available for you as well. I know you're actually on the Zoom call, or you were on the Zoom call. So feel free to participate. So yeah, exciting times on planet Earth. It seems like they're, I don't know, it seems like we've turned a corner. I know that there's no corners on the planet, but it does seem like we turned a corner somehow.
Well, speaking of corners on the planet, I was looking at some National Geographic videos over the weekend, and it suddenly dawned on me. I had to ask the question, what's that yellow rectangle all about on National Geographic's homepage? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was just, I actually just talking about this with another client. It's not the yellow triangle, though. It's the Time magazine one. Which has about, I think there's this red triangle. So all the major national magazines have those triangle.
Sorry, it's not a triangle for National Geographic, Tyhson. It's a rectangle.
Well, okay, let's get it correct. Okay,
yeah.
So
it's a rectangle.
For Time magazine and for national, there is a rectangle, right? And it's border. And somebody that I worked with copied that border for Alberta Report, those radical Albertans. And he got sued. They said, take that border off, or we will sue you. So yeah, that border is really, it's all licensed. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
why,
back to the golden triangle.
yeah. So why I brought up the golden rectangle of National Geographic is I was wondering like, so what's that all about? And then when you were talking about the corners, right? The four
Yeah.
corners of the earth, like there are no four corners, but actually National Geographic used the golden rectangle to show that it basically means for every corner of the globe, the sun is shining.
Ah, okay, nice.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about the internet now. Whenever you have a question or a concern, you just go into, you just go online and you get your answer from the genie.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking that maybe it's time to clean up my library because when I don't really need to go to my library, I just Google it now.
Yeah, no, it's really quite something. And I just love it because I've always got questions and I yeah, always have questions and there's always answers now available.
All right, here's Debbie Estelle. Hello, Debbie. Can you hear me? Hello, Debbie. Hey. Hi, welcome to the show.
How's everybody? Haven't seen anybody for a while.
Yeah, we're fine. And how are you and all the horses and cows and chickens and pigs and God knows what all?
Well, they're all good, except for Joey. Last night, supposed to be Joey the second. He passed away on May 27th.
Wow.
But it was very peaceful. He passed away next to my bed. He just stopped breathing. It was really kind of nice. I'm glad he didn't really suffer too much. I love CBD. I was giving it to him just
Well, that's great.
to keep him zoned out. Yeah. But otherwise, everything's good. We've been in this horrible heat wave, of course.
Yeah, well, you're in the middle of the bloody desert, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're in the Mojave Desert.
Yeah, Mojave. Like nobody should be living in the Mojave.
North
Yeah.
of Joshua Tree. But everyone's good. I've got the pony colic a couple weeks. Oh, Father's Day here. So colic. So I have him here. Then he's got an eye infection. I don't know if you remember Cappy. He was the one we brought out from Texas.
Right.
From an auction pen. Yeah.
So,
his bad eye, somebody had hit him with the shovel, you know, and it damaged his eye. He rubs it, and he rubs the eyelid inside out. So that's what I'm playing with now. Never a dull moment here.
Right.
For sure.
so you better let the listeners know, Debbie, you better let the listeners know what it is that you do. It would be safe to say that you rescue everything from 2 feet to 4 feet to those with feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any chickens and stuff because of my cat.
Okay.
It was a toss-up between, do we want rabbits and quail and cute bunnies, or do we want rats and squirrels that are ruining the ranch?
Right.
And, you know, we don't want a horse with a broken leg. So we have 7 cats right now.
Wow.
We had more and some strays. Yeah. But it keeps the rodents down. They're really bad out here, especially because, you know, there's a hemorrhagic rabbit fever. There's no rabbits out here. Haven't been for about over a year.
Wow.
And they're just starting to come back. We see 1 or 2, but we used to have jackrabbit cocktails, of course. You know, they're here to feed wildlife. So the coyotes are hanging around a lot more. But you know, life's kind of the same out here. We're still looking to try to get a place maybe northwest of Houston somewhere. You know, the horses don't do very well here. It's a harsh life to live in the desert.
Yeah, it is in the middle of the desert.
It is. Yeah.
So do you have a question for us? Do you have a question or a clearing or a reading or anything you'd like to ask?
I don't know, maybe about, you know, finding the perfect place to move me and my family and my critters. So, we did find a nice little place yesterday. My daughter's looking into it.
Well, I could sort of douse.
Like I have my daughter and her 4 kids, and my son's here who's mentally ill. My youngest daughter's 38, so she's.
Well, let me just tune in, Debbie. Let me just tune in and see whether there's a match between the property she's looking at and what you want. I'm just going to tune into that and see. So, yeah, it's about. Let me count it out. It went better and better and better. So, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. So it's 85% what you're looking for. So that's pretty good. It's worth, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, well, that's something I could offer you is, you know, as you come up with properties, I could help Dowser and see if there's alignment between your goals and the property and see if there's a match.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah.
That's nice.
So we could help you out there.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are you doing with the horses up there?
Well, the horses, it's been so stinking hot and we have fires around that I haven't seen the horses for a while, but we have started shooting a little show called Hanging with the Horses. We'll probably do more with that. There's 60 horses that are rescued from the slaughter for meat. So yeah, I do go and hang with the horses. Try and do it every Friday afternoon, but it's been not something we've been able to do because of the heat. But we need to go and do it again. Yeah, it's really nice to be with the horses. Some of them are right off the range.
Peaceful. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
This lady's name is Debbie, is that correct?
This lady's name is Debbie Estel, Estel.
Hi, Debbie. I've got an idea I'd like to share with you about finding your perfect place. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, absolutely. How are
Okay.
you, Kory? Haven't seen you in a year.
Yeah. Well, I'm not only an astrologer. I'm basically like Tyhson. I just call myself a mystic because, you know, by the age you get to where I'm at, you kind of have just learned so many tricks and tools. But one of the things that I really love and I teach my clients, if they want to learn how to do it, is how to use a pendulum. Do you know how to use a pendulum?
Oh, yeah.
You better know how to use hers if she's in my dowsing and energy of it.
No,
And-
I got one in the 60s. It was a toy for me back then because I was, you know, probably 10 or something when I got it. And yeah, no, I had used it. I used the deep clearing protocol. I have a lot of the books.
Well, let me just share with you. I've been able to answer a lot of clients' questions just using a pendulum because once you train it, you know, just to answer yes and no, you can find anything. You can find out if your husband's cheating on you. You can find out where your cat is. I mean, you can find anything with a pendulum if you've got it, you know, working. And so what I would just suggest to you, if you've got different options for like buying land or houses, is just, you know, first of all, ask it, is this place in the north? And it'll say no or yes. Is it in the south? And just go through the directions. And I've actually found, and I've other astrologers who use this with their clients, they've found lost children using the pendulum.
Wow.
Yeah, the property we are on, we located by dowsing too. So
Yeah, but the pendulum is easy. And once you train it and, you know, you're familiar with it, it's just so simple, you know, it's just yes or no. Doesn't get easier than that.
right. So, you know, and if you need some help to double check, you can always, you know, come back on the show and we'll double check for you, right?
Yeah, you know, I forget that you have the show. And this once I happen to sit at the computer, and there you are. So I can go ahead and call in.
Well, you can put it into your calendar now because we've shifted around and I know it's difficult. And once we shift the show, people can't find us. But we're here Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific, okay?
Monday, 1 p.m.
So put it in your calendar.
I went well.
All right.
Okay, I'll figure that out.
All right, you'll figure that out. Okay.
My daughter gave me an iPhone 11. OMG, it is so difficult.
Yeah, I've got a new iPhone too. I think it's
Yeah,
I think it's in charge of
she
my
just
life.
put my email. She just put my email on the weekend so I could actually use it. I'm like, wait, I don't know how to use this, but I'm learning slowly but surely. That's for sure. You know, I want to stay stacked back, you know,
Right.
60s, 70s. Life was a bit more simpler back then. That's for sure.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for phoning in. We'll open up the lines again. Good to hear from you when all the animals are well. And those that passed on with ease and grace. It makes room for the new ones coming in. Thank you for the great work you do for the animal
Thank you.
kingdom. And
Thank you too. And you too, Kory. It was good to see you again. And
we'll put energy out for you finding your new place.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. You guys have a blessed week.
All right. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, there you are. The lines are open. Toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. Okay, Sylvia is ready to come on. So let's see. I don't know, Michael, is it okay to put a third person on, or is it better just to use voice? Mr. Michael? I guess he's not listening.
He
Just
says
voice.
just the voice.
Okay,
Tyhson.
so turn your video off. It's just because it disrupts the way he's got it set up. So Sylvia, go ahead and ask.
So Kory, I just wondering about the sign. It's for like, what would be special about February 10?
I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about?
Like understanding like you said in the beginning of the show, something you never done before.
Yes.
Do it today or tomorrow.
Yes.
Is that with every sign, like every soul, every birth? Every birth chart? I didn't catch the beginning.
Right. Okay. And by the way, your voice is coming out beautiful, nice and clear. It's lovely.
Thank you.
Yes. So what I suggest when the moon is going through Pisces for everybody, all of us, is to work with this energy of fire and faith and flamboyance, and just know that the Pisces energy is just so imaginative. That's why a lot of people don't give the Pisces archetype enough credit. They tend to just want to say, they're just a bunch of suffering, alcoholics and, drug addicts. It's like, yeah, well, you can find those in every, corner of the world and under every zodiac sign. But the Piscean energy at its best is about, in a way, kind of like escaping your earthly bonds, right? It's like going beyond your physical capacity. And that's the true meaning of Pisces, is that wonderful ethereal connection we have with spirit. And so if you've got that power in you, my Lord, darling, there's nothing you can't do.
Okay. Thank you.
And so if you are a Piscean, if you are born on February the 10th, it's even more powerful because the moon every month is coming back to your sun sign. And it just really empowers you. Is that your birthday, February 10th?
It's actually not mine. It's my son's, and I've been working with it quite a bit because I had told Tyhson that the energy of King Arthur had come through a past life when we were doing a session, and it really was interesting. And I had asked Tyhson for his input and what he thought of that. I knew nothing of King Arthur and the Camelot, and some of the things that I shared about his personality, that taking a stance in life. And then he had mentioned you were doing this. I was like, oh, I have no idea about signs. And I thought it was something that maybe, could help me to understand and to work with him to do exactly what you said, to have faith, because I think his sign can go either or, and to have faith and make it like a power mission so that it's good for him, good for the world. And
I'm sure you know this, but everybody born on February 10th has an incredible independent streak to them. Incredible independent streak.
I did not know that, but it fits. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very powerful. It's a very powerful birthday. I've known a few people born on February 10th, and they've got to have things their own way. Just, really strong kind of Uranian energy they carry. And again, I've seen this through decades of working with clients and researching. I probably just research 10 people every day, just to keep me sharp. It's just, I love it.
Well, anyway, you're sharp. You're very sharp. You pinned him. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so good luck with Sylvia, with your son. It's interesting enough that I was doing a series of interviews for, I have somebody who's interviewed me asking questions for my book that I'm writing, which is about my life, right? My autobiography. I can't believe I'm doing it. But anyway, she's asking me questions, and I was talking about St. John's Cathedral Boys School where I taught, and the whole thing about the overnight vigil that we talked about in the church, and the King Arthur and all that all came up again. So it's in the field. I was talking about exactly what you and I were talking about just 2 hours ago. So King Arthur's everywhere.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, very powerful. And that vigil, that honoring of who you are, especially with the strength of who he is really important. You know, being able to be true to his mission, because he has no choice but to be true for his mission. He would die for his mission just because of the energy he has. So knowing what that mission is that he can have allegiance to is really one of the most important things for him.
Well, I also need to say something else about your son.
I'm ready.
Okay. Now, I did say that everyone born on February 10th has this incredible independence streak. And paradoxically, they don't do well when they're alone. It's the very, very paradoxical energy February 10th people carry, because they're they need to learn to cooperate, and their best successes always come when they're in relationships. But they've got this gall darn independence streak that really can screw them up. So it's a real, being a mom to a kid born on February 10th, that's a challenge.
It's amazing how you peg that. He is that kid right there. When you were saying independent, I was like, he is very independent and very strong in what he stands for.
Yeah.
But he's that kid that, as a young boy, he would call the dog, come on, Angel, come on, Mocha. They always went with him. And then as he grew up, he formed relationships where he likes to have that companionship. So that's huge.
Yeah. And you need to get him into music.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes. Get him into music.
Yes, the last 2 years have been throwing some new energy, and that might be a really great healing modality. Thank you again.
So whether he plays it or whether he's surrounded by it, he needs to have music and classical music. And that might go in with this theme, of the ancestral energy he's pulling through. But jazz and rock and roll, that's going to destroy him. He needs the classical energy that comes from, and forget classics. I'm thinking now, I'm just tuning in here intuitively, but very beautiful Celtic music, and music that's very, again, it's I guess it's the Piscean energy today, but he just needs this ethereal energy around him that can come through music.
So sort of like ancestral music, right?
Kind of like I just remember the old days with Enya. Kind of reminds me of Enya kind of music.
Yeah, Enya type music. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'll help.
Okay, I don't know. I know it's probably a little bit of the rock and roll and jazz at the ages. I wouldn't say jazz, but rap, which is not a good thing. And I know
that'll absolutely burn his nervous system out.
Good to know.
It burns everybody's nervous systems out. Rock and roll is extremely disruptive to the energetic system. It'll kill your plants.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Plants are extremely sensitive, and if you've got them in rock and roll environments, just change it, put some classical music on, and they'll heal.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful, amazing. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, Sylvia?
No, I'm just like a little sponge right now. I just learned some amazing things. So thanks again for inviting me, Tyhson, or allowing me to join.
Well, absolutely. And if you have something else, you can stay for the rest of the show. If there's something else comes up.
I'm staying.
Just type it into the chat and we'll catch it.
Okay.
All right. All right. The lines are open. Toll free in North America. Give us a call, 1-866-369-7464, and get your questions answered. What's up in your life or planet Earth, or maybe you're moving through an obstacle, or maybe you want to know what your power days are with regard to your moon sign. Maybe you want to have a question about dowsing and energy healing, or maybe you just want to say hello. Any of that is valid. Okay, so give us a call. We're standing by. So, yeah. All silent on the Western front here.
So, Tyhson, I know that you're a Libran, right?
Yeah, I am.
So what I could just say for all the Librans listening, this is a special homage for you and the wonderful things you're doing for everybody. When you are a Libran and the moon goes through Pisces, it has a very strong effect on your health. And so I would encourage you to be extra extra sweet to yourself today and tomorrow. And in fact, I would encourage you to eliminate sweets because the Libran temperament, like the Taurus temperament, is ruled by Venus. And well, I should say our, because I'm a Taurus, as you know. So we're ruled by Venus and we like sweet things. We like sweet people. We like the sweet stuff of life.
Absolutely.
And Librans of any sign have a tendency to overindulge. It's challenging to be a Libran to find that balance. And so one of the things you can do when the moon goes through Pisces is to eliminate sweets for about 2 to 3 days and just eliminate anything alcoholic, even cut down on your bread and carbohydrates and just go towards a more pure protein diet. So for you, it's basically health. I'd say your health, all Librans listening, the emphasis right now is on your health for the next couple of days and taking care of the little minutia aspects of your life.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. I just did a cleansing 3 days ago and went through 5 days of excruciating pain. So I'll be much more gentle with myself about how I do things. So that was really interesting.
Would you do like a fast for 5 days?
No, I can't talk about it on this show, but yeah. Yeah, it's a technique of bringing up viruses to clear them.
Yeah.
It has to do with, well, I'll just be blunt about it. Why not? This is a show. So it has to do with washing your genitals full package in cold water. But
yeah,
do that. Just do it like for 30 seconds, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, because the results are beyond you could ever imagine, right?
Well, speaking of cold water, I have to tell you that I've learned about, the brown fat in the body. Mm-hmm. And did you know that the brown fat is actually accumulating more around the shoulders and the back of the neck?
Okay.
And what they recommend is just getting into a cold shower once every other day, because you don't want to get acclimated to doing it, because then it loses its effect. But get into a shower and then slowly or quickly, however however you can manage it, and just get that cold water as cold as you can on your shoulders and the back of your neck. And that'll help increase your brown fat, which is good fat in the body.
And why do you want brown fat?
It's just healthier than the white fat that's on the belly.
All right.
And it acts as a stimulant to the whole body. In fact, that's the best way to wake up besides a cup of coffee.
Right.
Jumping into a cold shower. So that you just got me thinking about cold showers.
So just beware of the nether regions and cold water for any extended period of time. Don't do it. I mean, if you want to go through your trauma and work it out, yes, but be gentle with yourself. And that's what you're saying today is, all you Librans, if you're going to do cleansing or healing, because this is all has to do about body, be gentle with yourself. So.
Yeah, again, exactly. You got it. It's a time for Librans to be very gentle and kind, and like all those other Piscean, archetypes, the sweetness of life, the humanity, being of service, compassion. Those are all Piscean characteristics. So
we're used to going into their full blown. At least I am as a Libra. So welcome to the show, Kimberly, and how are you?
Hi, Tyson. I'm good.
Good. So what's up in your life right now?
I'm deciding which next steps to take. I'm needing assistance with a yes or no question.
All right. What's your yes or no question?
I got invited to be an art assistant in California, but I'm feeling reluctant.
And why are you feeling reluctant, my dear?
This person has volatile, questionable, lower energy.
Okay. Yeah, well, having just worked on your energy field and bringing it up strong enough so that, you don't have as much problem in that area and probably little or none. Yeah, I would say that your early warning system about, dealing with somebody that doesn't have their proverbial shit together is probably important for you as a consideration. It sounds like you'd like the job though, right?
I'm sorry?
It sounds like you would like the job. I mean, the job itself, is that correct?
Yeah, it's
creative venue, but I'm not sure about the person putting myself in.
Yeah. Well, my sense is no, but let's talk to Kory. She may have an insight as well. What do you get?
Well, I would just say, was this offered to you in the last 4 days, 4 weeks, or 4 months?
Yes.
Then don't take it.
I'm sorry.
She said if it was offered to you in the last 4 days for 4 months, or what was the other 4?
I said 4 days, 4 weeks, or 4 months, don't take it, because it looks like it's too much gas and not enough substance.
So yeah, so I would say don't take it either.
That's what I'm feeling, you know, as much as I want to be in a creative community setting, I'm not feeling gung-ho.
So what about if you took this opportunity and you know that things happen, at least in my life, I'm sure in other people's lives, that things happen in threes. Why don't you take this as one of the 3, that you know something better is going to show up, and this is the beginning of that possibility of something as good, if not better, showing up in the area that you want to work in.
Good advice. Very good advice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've been feeling. So I just needed.
Yeah, be gentle with yourself. Those are the words I'm getting from today. Be gentle with yourself.
And I'm getting that you're very much guided, and your intuition is telling you this is not correct for you, but there's just so many opportunities around you. It's just, yeah, I get goosebumps when I feel into your energy. It's good. So just, you know, thank the universe for giving you the opportunity, and know that, like Tyson's saying, just, you know, look at the opportunities that's coming. This is just a signal.
Right. A little tasty bit.
Yeah, it's a little taste. Like, one of the things that I've really learned is, you know, like when your life gets better, sometimes it's harder because you've got to be able to choose between, you know, good, better, and best. And that's actually quite difficult to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to choose between good and bad. But when things start getting to the point where, hey, things are kind of coming together here, and I've got a lot of opportunities and offers, it's like, now it's getting a little tricky.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you need our help.
Yeah. And look, you know, you just did a lot of good work on yourself, right? You did a lot of work on yourself. You did the work and you got the results. So, you know, you need to honor your energy field. You really worked hard to get where you are, and this is where you want to, you know, make your stand, right? Nobody's going to mess with you.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Thanks for phoning in. I think you got the answer you need. I'm looking forward to hearing where the next one we're going to bring you. What's the possibility? All right. Bye for now.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Right. All right. Welcome to the show. And who are we talking to?
Hi, my name is Kristen. I just kind of popped in here. It happened to pop up on my Facebook, and I feel like these things kind of keep happening to me for a reason.
Good. Good. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I actually am not fully understanding what the show is about. I just kind of came across my way, and today I'm struggling a bit.
All right. What are you struggling with?
Just some personal choices in my life right now, like regarding my kids and where I'm living. Basically, I've kind of chosen to go ahead and homeschool my kids this year, and I was wondering if that was the right decision or not.
All right. So what's the most important decision you need to make now? Because it sounds like you're on the edge of I feel a lot of emotion and almost overwhelmed. So what's the most important decision you have to make right now?
Basically the school one, if I'm headed in the right direction with that.
Now, is that you going back to school?
No, my kids, I'm homeschooling them.
All right. So you want to know what that you have planned for them is the right thing to have to teach them?
Basically, if I've got myself aligned with the right group of people that I kind of want, my children around.
Okay, that's a great question. Okay, let me tune into that. And Kory, if you get anything, that'd be great. I'm just going to do a basic alignment with the group that you're thinking about doing homeschooling with, and see if there's an alignment.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not super good. So are there other opportunities and other groups in your area that you can reach out to that you could work with?
There are. I mean, we have not. Well, we basically did sign up with the one we did, and the director of it, I feel very close to and a right alignment with. It's more of my own self-limiting beliefs.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting because I get that it's not the best. Let me just see with regard to whether you're with your children. I'll take you out of the equation. So
Okay.
the alignment between you and the educators and your children. Yeah, you're the one that's in the way here. So is there any way that you can feel more comfortable about what's going on? Because it's good for your kids. It's 100% alignment with your kids, this group. So I guess the thing is, how can we help you come to terms with whatever concerns you have inside of yourself? Does it have to do with certain theological or religious beliefs that's being taught, or what's going on? Where's your problem?
Yeah, my struggle right now is just seeing how misaligned the public system is with my personal beliefs and morals of kind of what's taking place in the world right now regarding masking children and that sort of thing. Even beyond that, obviously.
Right.
That's the biggest thing for me. I want my kids to be in a space filled with love and peace.
Well, isn't that this new homeschool environment going to provide that for you?
Correct.
Right. So I would say yes. So, but it seems like if I understood you correctly, there was something that you weren't comfortable about. What's that?
I think it's more. I think it's just my own conditioning about the way that I was raised, and that the area in which I live. It's just that's you're supposed to send your kid to school. And
right. Well,
Can I interrupt, Tyson?
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
What is this lady's name again?
The lady's name is, I don't know. What's your name?
Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Hey, Kristen, it's Kory here. Kristen, I've got some good news for you.
I would love to hear it. Thank you.
And it's basically piggybacking on exactly what Tyson picked up. This opportunity for your kids is great. It's you. You and Tyson's hit the nail on the head. You need to separate your issues from your kids. The opportunity for your kids to be homeschooled is perfect. It's a brand new beginning for them. There's something opening up for your children in terms of their education. And you have to look at what is your issue in terms of, so again, this could be answered by using the pendulum. It's definitely a yes for your kids. And as an aside, you need to look at, your previous conditioning of like what Tyson was saying. And the good news for you is that you're coming to an end of a 28-year cycle in the way that you behave. Huge cycle is ending for you. And a wonderful opportunity for your children is beginning.
Wow, pretty exciting.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So whatever you can do, and maybe this is not the place to give you advice or to help you with that, but whatever it takes for you to get out of your own way, if you can just let go and know that it's divinely guided for your kids, that this is right for your kids, and everything will upright itself in your own life. It's not something you need to worry about, that everything will just straighten out on its own if you get out of the way and stop worrying about it.
Perfect.
Can you do that?
I would love to learn more about, I actually was originally guided to you through a gentleman I'm in the US, and he was a gentleman over in the UK, and I had a very long discussion, very deep discussion with him, and I had asked him a few deep questions, and he shared your name with me, and that's how I kind of found you in the first place. So I'm definitely going to take a look around. Is more of your information on the Facebook page where I found you, or is there a better place to look?
Well, you could just go to www.thewellnessacademy.ca, and all my courses are there, or you can just send me an email. It's my name Tyhson, Tyh. There's an H in there, SON. At me, it's all about me.com. And send me a little note and I'll hook you into what's going on.
Okay, great.
Well, I'm really excited for you and your kids. That just sounds like we've just made you've come to a major crossroads and you're choosing the right way to go. So I'm excited for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you're most welcome. All right, bye for now.
Bye-bye.
All right. So Sylvia's saying question about asking questions, yes and no. So Sylvia, what's that? Could you open up your mic and ask?
Yeah. So Kory talked about, first of all, I just wanted to verify. So is that statement that you made, Kory, 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, is that everybody, like if it came the last 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, then it's a no? Or was that specific to that caller?
Well, Sylvia, it's a really interesting thought you're bringing up, because in a way, everybody that's calling in today will have some issue that goes 4 months or 4 weeks that still maybe struggling with. And for some people, it'll be a yes, and for some people, it'll be a no. But they'll be definitely feeling this this kind of realignment that happened about 4 days, 4 weeks, or 4 months ago. And it's just the way the world works, you know, it's just so cool. Like people are drawn, like that last lady, right? She said she just discovered us. Like, hey, that's how it works.
Right.
You're drawn by energy. That's the bottom line. So yeah,
Okay.
everybody, they're gonna, and again, for you, it's like, hey, what's happening? What happened 4 days ago? What decision did you make? What decision did you make 4 weeks ago? Maybe you're still dealing with that. Maybe there was a decision you tried to make 4 months ago, and you're still struggling with it. That's what I'm talking about. Isn't that cool?
Right. So you're telling us to feel into that. Is that correct? Feel into that, whatever it is.
Well, to have, first of all, the awareness that I'm talking about, like something has happened to everybody listening to us today in the last 4. So here's Tyhson talking about how he just went through this particular cleaning, right? Like a lot of us are dealing with something that has happened in the last 4. Well, don't call me a liar for maybe 5 days, but in the last 4, because astrology is very, very specific. That's why people pay us, because we spend a lot of time figuring shit out, and we can look at stuff and know this has a life that started about 4 days or 4 weeks or 4 months ago, and you're still dealing with it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So
Good.
Part 2 of that is I've been dowsing for a long, long time in my life. And I feel like when I douse for other people, I'm really, I would say sharp, like you use that word. And when it comes to working with my children, I feel the discernment, because I feel sometimes, and I'm not sure if that's something that you're understanding what I'm asking, but I get a very direct yes, a very direct no when I'm asking, specific questions. Right now I'm working with the growth plates, saving $300 to $500 to figure out if growth plates are open or closed. And when I ask this question, I get a yes sometimes and I get a no sometimes. What do you do when you get that confusion when you're dowsing? Do you mind me asking? How do you approach that?
Yeah.
Great
Well,
question.
well, it's obviously not clear. So that's reflecting something about you that you're probably not ready to hear the answer. So you just have to give it more time, my darling.
Michael's saying in the background, and this is really true. If you're getting wonky answers, stop and have a glass of water. You need to be hydrated for this to work, because the inner waters are what's connecting to the waters of life, right? So being hydrated is really, really important. And if it's waffling in neutral, the first thing I do is, okay, is there something I need to know before I get a clear answer? And I always invariably, the answer is yes. And then I say, well, how many things are there? Is there 1 thing, 2 things, or 3 things? And it's usually 3 things. So then I say to the client, what are the 3 things you need to figure out so we can get a clear answer? And they'll tell you. And it's sort of like, when you do launching a rocket and you have green across the board, all systems green. Those are the green lights that you need to have on in your systems before you get a clear answer. So it's a really nice way to set things up to make sure that you're really doing what you need to do. So that unclear answer in the beginning leads to a deeper understanding of what the real question is and how you set yourself up to make the next best step. Hopefully that made sense.
So the discerning part really is not because it's anything else. It's more of making sure I'm sharp.
That's how I treat it. And I get excited when it's neutral because it means I need to go deeper. And when I go deeper, the question that I'm answering is more profound and the answer is more bang on, spot on, right? So.
And this is where I would encourage her to block her right nostril and breathe in through her left nostril and and that'll expand the right hemisphere of your brain, which tends to be able to help you see the bigger picture.
Wow, okay.
Ooh, that was cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and if you saw our show, if you've seen our shows in the last couple of weeks, I've been teaching people how to do that. It's just, you just put your finger, your right thumb up against your right nostril, close it, and you're breathing in and out through your left nostril, which will open up your right hemisphere.
And you want the right open for before
because the right hemisphere is your global sense of what's going on, as opposed to your left hemisphere, because you use the word discriminate a lot. I've heard you say that now, 3 times? And the right hemisphere is all about looking at the details. And so what's happening for you is you're getting too confused by all the detail, and you need to be able to step back and see the bigger picture, literally, which is controlled mostly by the right hemisphere of the brain. And to open up the right hemisphere of the brain, you have to breathe in through your left nostril.
Brilliant.
All right, we're going to go to a new caller here. I have them on standby here. So you're on, if your number is 646-585-5259, you're on the show. Welcome to the show. Who are we talking to?
Hi, my name's Peter from Brooklyn.
Hi, Peter. Peter Butler, is it?
No.
What's your name?
Peter.
Peter. Okay. Hi, Peter. Welcome to the show. And how can we help you? Do you have a question?
Do you have any opinion on a friend of mine sort of leaning towards joining, possibly hanging out with cult members?
With cult members? Yeah, well,
I mean, he sort of has been tinkering with the idea of joining this group called the Dark Order, and I don't know if it's within his best interests.
Well, yeah, the thing is, we can't really interfere with other people. They're on their own life path doing whatever they need to do. So if that person was brave enough to phone in and ask that question, I might be able to answer it. But I can't do it through a third party, right? And anyway, you already know the answer to the question. What's the answer to the question?
I mean, it's a cult.
Yeah, so what's the answer to the question you're asking?
Spiritual in their own way.
So what's the answer to the question you're asking?
Sorry?
So what's the answer to the question you're asking? You already know the answer.
I would say I should try to keep him stray from that.
Right, but remember, it's not your business.
Supporting him in his effort to get better. He
Yeah.
was an alcoholic for a
Right.
while.
Okay, but remember, you know the truth, but unless he asks you, you really can't tell him. It's none of your business, okay?
Okay.
All right, but you're right on. So your intuition is correct. It's not a good idea for him to do that. And if you could put out just intention-wise that, gee, I would really like a situation to happen where he's going to ask me whether it's a good idea so I can tell him what I think. That's okay. But until he does ask you that, you can't tell him because he won't hear you. He will not hear you. Okay?
Would you recommend I have him call in?
He probably won't do that. So, but what I'm suggesting is you can ask it to be.
Conversations about this and whether it's good for him or not. I mean, it is leading him in the right path in the sense he might get a hold of other things.
I mean, I think it's great that you have his concern in mind, but I would just put it out there that you're waiting for an opportunity for you to, for him to ask you a question that you can answer. And if he does ask you a question that you can answer and you do think he's open to phoning into the show, you can say, hey, I was on this phone where they're a phone call where they are this talk show where they answer questions, and maybe you would feel comfortable to phone in. That's okay, right? But you can't. You have to wait for him to ask. Is the point? Okay. And thank you for asking that, because that's a really difficult one. When you love somebody or care somebody, you want to make it all right for them. There's a time and place for everything. All right. Okay, thanks for phoning in. All right, the lines are open. Toll free in North America. We got a few more minutes to go to the top of the hour. It's 1-866-369-7464. The numbers on your screen are open to answering your questions around dowsing, energy healing, what's up on planet Earth, or what's up in your life, getting you from where you are to where you want to be in the easiest, most peaceful, simple way possible, right?
Tyson, I have an idea I'd like to share.
All right. You got
Part
that
of
card
the-
ready?
It's part of the magic of today and the moon in
Yeah.
Pisces. There's a wonderful, and all the calls so far reflect this. There's a sense of being able to mediate for other people today.
Right.
So whether we're doing it or everyone listening to the show can do it for someone else, it's an ability to help. Again, it's that beautiful Piscean ability to connect with humanity. And so all of us have the ability today to help each other and to mediate differences.
That's really true. So thank you for bringing that up there. So right, planet-wise, we're all feeling this energy of wanting to reach out and help our brothers and sisters to make this a better world to live in. And what
Yes.
could be more beautiful than that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. And, so sometimes it's not the right time to ask the question or to point the person in the right direction because they didn't ask you, but still you can put it out there that that would happen, that it would happen in a straightforward, simple manner, so that you can have those conversations. So I'm just wondering, are you going to get that card out or not? We got 1 minute to go.
All right. So here's the card for today.
Wow.
This is July 26th. So when you buy the Leo deck, you will have a guidance for every day of the sign of the zodiac for Leo. And here is the key word for today. Can you see that? It's about
fire and
fire.
And faith.
Yeah.
And flamboyance.
Yes.
Flamboyance is optional. Okay.
Yes. And so you don't have to be, although you could be, because Leos are wonderfully flamboyant and they're all, striding their stuff on the stage of life. But today, as I said, go with your, your desire to help, but also, go with courage, because courage is flooding through the day for all of us.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you everybody for showing up on the show and making this so fun for us. Sylvia, I know you're still online. Do you have any last question or any last words that you'd like to contribute before we sign off?
No, I just feel very blessed. You helped me, and so you already did your wonderful card for the day, and I am open to receive. So thank you. And I put in there, wow, thank you again.
All right, well, you're most welcome, and don't forget to tell all your friends out there that we're live every Monday at 1 p.m. We're here and willing and able to answer all your questions around dowsing, energy healing, what's up in your life, and what's up on planet Earth. Same time, same place. Every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific. So until then, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.